Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more.
You're listening to The Man That Can Project with Lachlan Stuart, a global movement created to empower men and open up what's really going through their minds by having real and raw conversations about life's unique challenges and our individual ways of processing it all. Welcome to The Man That Can Project.
So gents, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Lachlan Stuart. And guys, I've got some exciting things happening. There's a new website that should be up and running by the 7th of August. So stay tuned for that and make sure when that launches, I'll definitely let you know and have a little bit of a play around it. It's looking sleek. I'm loving it. So I can't wait to share that with you guys and also really sort of push towards the next events, obviously. With the Strong Man of Value here in Brisbane. If you're in Brisbane, get in on that because it's filling up fast. Also to the October Foundations Workshop. So that's on the 3rd and 4th of October 2020. And there's one other exciting thing coming, but I'm not going to tell you about that until it is or has launched. So stay tuned, gents, and I hope everyone's having a ripple week. So this conversation, what I want to talk about today, what's been on my mind. I've been really excited to jump and dive into this because I think, hopefully it brings more awareness to you guys. You might be able to call yourself out on your own bullshit at some point because we're all guilty of it, myself included, at times where we just, are oblivious, right? That whole old saying, out of sight, out of mind. And I had a real life experience with this with a client the other day and it really just, I did want to talk about it yesterday, but yesterday I was absolutely knackered. So I thought, let's have a chilled afternoon and we'll rip into it later on. So here we are. But obviously the intention for this is to bring that awareness to you guys so that you can stop bullshitting yourself, right? As I spoke about the other day, a lot of us blokes wanting to live the life or why we aren't living the life that we want to live and a lot of us have the ability to live is because a lot of us bullshit ourselves. And I talk about those 8 areas of life. And some of us aren't even aware that we have multiple areas of our life where we can grow and develop and learn new things. And, we also have things holding us back from that. We also have some limiting beliefs holding us back from that. So it's important once we have that awareness to stop bullshitting yourself, get real, be honest with where you're at. Because the moment that you accept where you're at, the moment that you're honest with yourself, that's the moment that you really put yourself in the driver's seat to create change. Right, and for most of us, there's a lot of people out there who aren't happy with their lives, and there's also a lot of people out there who are happy with their lives, but also just want to continue growing. Right, so either way, you really need to be honest and identify where you're at because that's how you track growth, that's how you make change, that's how you make progress. Right, so for those out there who run with that way of thinking, out of sight, out of mind, and you are starting to fucking realize it doesn't get you where you want to be. Awesome. Or if you're even at the point where you don't realize it's keeping you stuck. There are a lot of people out there who know for a fact if you spend more than you earn, you're probably going to be broke. There are a lot of people out there who are aware if you eat more calories than you burn, you're probably going to be fat. Right? There's a lot of people out there who may be aware that if you live a stressful lifestyle, you're probably not going to be happy. And what I mean by stressful lifestyle, obviously that could create a fucking debate, but stress is, self-inflicted stuff where you're, constantly giving more to your work than you're giving to yourself. You're not practicing self-care. You're not, experiencing hobbies outside of work, right? Work-related stress where you're not getting to step into being your authentic self. That's what I'm talking about. Because and I spoke about this on a recent episode, life is a lot simpler than we have been led to believe. Life is a lot more simple than we hold ourselves accountable to, right? There's obviously a lot of not a lot of people who are living a life where they're truly excited. Don't get me wrong, there are people doing that, but most of us would know a handful of people who aren't. And because we see so many people on a daily basis talking about that or whinging about that or complaining about that, we think that those people who do live a life which they're really proud of, do live a life that allows them to experience happiness, fulfillment on a regular basis, that must be fucking hard. Right? The secret ticket to success or living that way is difficult. It's complex, and they've got the secret herbs and spices from Colonel Sanders there that we're missing out on. But in my opinion, that's all bullshit. And what happens, and I see it on a fucking very regular basis, where people know that a lot of the actions that they're taking aren't adding value to their life and aren't serving who they want to be as an individual, right? Whether it's alcohol consumption, drug consumption, shitty food, consuming content that just makes you feel scared, like the news, for example, right? These things, people are aware of that, right? And if you're not aware of that, you're listening to this now, and there you go. You've now been made aware of it. And obviously, do your own research and think about how these certain things are impacting you personally, because I think, all of these all of us are impacted in or by this kind of stuff in our own unique ways. But I know full well, I'm wearing a Whoop band here. I also, had the Oura Ring at one stage. I've worn the fucking Apple Watch, Garmin, all that sort of stuff. I track stuff. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have your own way of tracking stuff, whether it's sleep, your social life, your money, whatever it is. Right? And you can see whether you're in a positive trajectory, or you can also see whether you're not. But a lot of us put our heads in the sand, right? I was having a conversation with a client the other day, and you could see full well their sleep was fucking atrocious. And a reason for that, which they highlighted and identified, was poor food, stress, and alcohol. It's not common sense that those fucking things... it's no secret, that those things are probably detrimental to your health. But this person continues to do that, continues to be at the effect of that, and wonders why they're not improving with their health. And it fucking baffles me, right? I get everyone's got their own things happening, but if we could all just sit there and go, hey, I do want a result. Obviously, life's tough. Life's tough for fucking everyone. But I'm going to put my hand up. I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to stop fucking bullshitting myself. You got two choices, right? You're either going to learn to be okay with the results that you're getting from the work that you are or are not doing, or the sacrifices that you are or are not making, right? Or you're going to put your hand up and go, fuck this, I'm making some changes because I want different results. In my opinion now, we have more access to information and incredible people and coaches and mentors and ways to change your life than ever before in human history. There is no excuse for a lot of us, for those who are aware that they want to create change, and for those who are aware that they will be making change, to not stick to a goal and to not create that. It's going back to that out of sight, out of mind. I'm not tracking my calories, so therefore I don't have to think about being fat until, hey, I jump on the scales next time. A lot of us, when I was struggling mentally and I could, numb myself with drugs or alcohol, right? I didn't have to think about that until the next time I was like, fuck, I don't like the way my head's thinking at the moment. In our relationships, right? You might be having a few blow-ups and the next day you wake up and it's out of sight, out of mind. You move on until the next Barney. And you're never addressing anything. You're never actually going, hey, well, what could be the cause for this? Why does this keep happening? What do I need to learn? What do I need to fucking change? And I was thinking when this person was saying this about the health, I was like, you can be in denial, and it's going back to gratification, right? A lot of us want instant gratification, but you also think of the outcome of the way you act, right? You may eat poorly, you may neglect your mental health, you may neglect your relationship, and more often than not in those situations, in those scenarios, you're not going to experience a poor outcome straight away. Maybe you might have a hangover, but let's say relationship or mental well-being, it might or being obese. It might be an accumulation over a long period of time. Right? And because we can keep putting it out of sight, out of mind, we allow ourselves to get to a point where it's really challenging, or we may have built some mental blocks that slow the process of being able to create change, right? For a lot of us, if you're obese, some common things that you don't feel comfortable going back into the gym, your clothes don't fit you, you just don't have the energy, right? From the relationship standpoint, you may have been acting a certain way for such a long period of time. You might be that guy like I was where you go, I'm a poor communicator. I don't know how to communicate properly. And when you start doing that, probably your partner might put up a wall and go, holy fuck, what's happening? I don't understand what's going on here, and I don't like this version of you. That might happen to you. Relatively normal too. Right? So we don't think about the long-term effect of what our actions are doing now. And that's why I'm on here right now talking about it, because that out of sight, out of mind mentality is fucking crap. And it's setting you up for more damage than what it currently would do if you faced it right now. So gents, and I hope you re-listen to this episode, but there's so many of us out there that are bullshitting ourselves, and as well as I do the potential that you have. And I can say that without even having met you. I just fucking truly believe that a lot of us have more potential than we're leading on, or the choices that we're making are allowing us to achieve. But get that out of sight, out of mind. If you know some stuff's bubbling up in your life across any of those 8 areas, you need to change it. You need to address it. Don't just go, I should be right, we'll look at that later. Fucking face it head on and get it before it can grow. You owe that to yourself, and trust me, lads, you can probably sit here and nod your head and go, yep, I've got many life experiences where I have left things too long and it's made everything a whole heap worse. Don't continue to do that to yourself. Gents, that's all for me today. I trust you got some value from that. I hope it got you thinking, and I hope it's going to help you make some solid decisions for yourself. But appreciate you guys investing the time. Once again, if you're not in the Facebook group, search the Man That Can Project in groups on Facebook. Join the crew, join the community, and look forward to having you guys on there. We'll chat to you shortly, and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachlan Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.